The metaverse is emerging as a promising, yet quite an uncertain new world for investors. So where to from here and who is embracing the new world of internet? I'm joined by our social media expert, Dr. Karen Sutherland, and in Hong Kong, Alban Lix from Digital Business Lab. Hello to you both. Thanks for your company today.
Hi.
Hello.
Great to see you, Alban. Alban, this new world of the internet, we're watching it very closely and it's evolving every single day. What's the appetite for investors here though?
For investors, it's quite interesting because it's still the very early stage of Metaverse. We see that the opportunity is huge for different organizations, for a different audience as well. It's really early stage. What we feel like, of course, with travel limitation for people, it's a great opportunity. It's also a great opportunity to develop new brand experience, especially for massive brands. We already see that some of the top leader organizations and brands in the world have actually already initiated some investment on Metaverse. And now we have also to be aware that the Facebook leading position is getting challenged a little bit everywhere, especially here in Asia. So I think we have to be a little bit patient to see how everything's going to be structured, technologically speaking, about this Metaverse. A lot of exciting news probably.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's a pretty bizarre world. And a lot of people, when the metaverse sort of came to light, a lot of people were sort of initially a bit startled by it. Karen, do you think there will be some big investors that sort of back this new internet?
Absolutely. And what I'm finding is people are trying to preempt the different industries that are going to pop up. So I saw a really great video the other day where there was a young woman talking about how she's going to invest in the horse racing industry because that will actually take place in the metaverse. So there'll be all these industries replicated in this other realm that investors are starting to think ahead, to think, okay, where should I get in early so I can make this profitable for me in the long run?
Absolutely. Now, also heading our news, LinkedIn has analysed data from the 78 million Gen Z members on its platform to look at exactly, I guess, how they engage, how they spend, why they purchase from different companies. Alban, how do they use LinkedIn, and I guess what types of content resonates most with that generation?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Generation Z is using LinkedIn in a very different way than the previous generation. First of all, we have, I would say, two different ways to look at this evolution. From a very entrepreneur, freelancer way, with COVID, we saw that a lot of basically people left their company to launch their own business, either as a new entrepreneur or freelancer. This audience, Gen Z audience, is really willing to basically learn a lot on LinkedIn. So it's really turning into a networking platform to an educational and learning platforms. We can read a lot of very short articles, a very great content related to micro learning, as well as, of course, network. When you open your new business, you need to connect with people and you need to find clients. So basically, we see this very strong evolution from the employee and I would say slightly more traditional Gen Z employee perspective. What we see is, of course, nowadays, commitment from company, from top leaders are super important, and new employees are not looking for pretty big salary. They're also looking for meaningful involvement from their top leaders, their managers, and the company they are working for. So I would say that's a pretty big change also from the past.
Karen, do you think it's difficult for LinkedIn to actually initially attract younger generations to their platform?
It can be. And I mean, but as a senior lecturer, I'm constantly trying to get my students on there. And it's not until like the students who actually do it, they reap the benefits. They start, if they set it up well, they start getting opportunities come to them. They start making connections, and it's much easier for them to find a job that they're really looking for, or to even just, as Alban said, find clients for their own businesses. So I'm often using these success stories as ways to attract them in, and maybe LinkedIn needs to do that as well. So I know particularly in Australia it can be quite hard to get younger people on, but when they do, they really enjoy it and see the advantages.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's almost sort of a stigma attached to LinkedIn initially for younger generations, but when you're on there, it's so wonderful. It's remarkable for your career to advance and just network in general as well, right across the world. Thank you, Alban and Karen. Thank you so much for your time today and your insight on this.
Thank you.